We want to thank everyone for joining us here again. This is the championship game post-game press conference of the 2023 CUSA Basketball Championships, presented by Total Care. We're joined by Middle Tennessee head coach Rick Insell and the tournament's most valuable player, guard Jalen Gregory. We'll make sure attending media here in Frisco have the ability to ask their questions first, and then we will shift to our Zoom audience. For those on Zoom, we ask that you please remain on mute until called upon, and please utilize the raised hand function to let us know you have a question for either our head coach or student athlete. We'll begin now with an opening statement from Middle Tennessee head coach Rick Insell before opening it up to questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
I thought, when they did the interview with me at the end of the first quarter, I could hear Matt back behind me. He was so loud and upset with the way we were playing. And so I went back and I said, hey, you need to calm down a little bit. He said, I am calm. I said, really? And I looked on the score sheet at halftime. We scored 32 points in that quarter to their 16. So that was a big quarter for us, big quarter. And he got their attention. We went out and we started executing our offense. We started hitting the open man, and we hit some open shots. And that's what we were not doing there early. So, very proud of our young ladies. They've been under the gun all year long. And now we don't get to prove that we had an at-large bid. Chris, do I get paid for that at-large bid anyway? But real proud of our young ladies and proud to represent Middle Tennessee State University. We put so much emphasis on women's sports that the outside world doesn't know that. They want to label us a mid-major, which we're not a mid-major. There's 366 Division I basketball teams, and when Sidney McPhee and Chris Massaro hired me, I didn't come in to coach a mid-major program. I came in to coach a Division I program, and that's what we've got. And I'm very proud to represent them, and I'm very proud of our team, very proud of this young lady sitting beside me.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and open it up to questions.
Jalen, we'll start with you. Just the moment that you were announced as MVP, I think you were kind of like off to the side where the team was in that moment. They had to spring it forward to the middle. What was that moment like for you, getting that recognition at that time?
Well, honestly, I wasn't really paying attention at first, and I didn't even know what they were announcing. And then I hear my name, and everybody looks at me. They were like, "Go up there." I was like, "Oh!" I was really in shock, but I was more worried about winning the championship than anything else.
Coach, we've heard you tell stories before about there were people that said you shouldn't have recruited Jalen. Do you think people are still saying that now?
I think they were in the crowd. I think she answered that question. She's MVP of the tournament. I mean, good God, she can shoot the heck out of the ball. She comes over the center line, she's open, plays defense, rebounds, pushes the ball. She's the MVP. That's what an MVP. If there's one award that was got right this week, right here.
Was the second quarter run just about making those shots in those open things? Or were there
No, it was just slowing down and executing our offense, hitting the open man. Ksenia went in, Nas went in. They just got too caught up into things, and we took some shots that we shouldn't have. When Ksenia went back in after I talked to her over there, and basically she's so talented, just use the rest of your teammates. And she hit, I think the first one she hit might have been Jalen, and Jalen buried a three. And then she hit someone else, and they buried a three. Might have been Courtney. Or maybe it was Courtney Blakely. But, then after they got to cover down on those young ladies, she's going to be matched up one-on-one, and she can beat anybody in America one-on-one. And that's what we're trying to persuade her. Use your teammates because they're very good. And they'll make you even better than you really are. Just share the ball. She doesn't do it purposely. It's just, that's in her nature. When she gets the ball, she's going to go score. But lately, she's really been doing good.
Jalen, you've played on a lot of good teams in your life. You've obviously won a lot of individual awards. Did you ever think that you'd be playing in the NCAA tournament?
That was my plan when I came here. That was one of the reasons I chose to come here, is because I didn't want to just settle for being in making it to the conference tournament. I wanted to go to the NCAA tournament and win some games there.
That's why when we're recruiting these young ladies, that's what we tell them. You come to Middle Tennessee, you're going to get a great education. But you're also going to get to play in front of great fans. And then you're going to get a chance to play in the NCAA tournament. And if you're a competitor, which they are, that's what you want to do. That's what you've been, ever since you've been in the third grade, you've been playing basketball and you had dreams of making it to the NCAA tournament. I promise you, her daddy and mama spent a fortune carrying her all over the country to play basketball to get to this point, tonight.
Coach, you saw Nira White play, Jalen from her hometown. Have you ever told her about Hall of Fame player Nira White, who was from Lafayette, Tennessee?
Oh, she knows about Nira White and the Nashville Business School. She's from Macon County. Everybody in Macon County knows everybody.
That is true.
So,
Very
you
true.
know, and that's why I was able to recruit her. Not very many people, not very many coaches would go into Macon County. But see, I'm an old Woodbury boy, and you don't know where that's at. I'm able to go into Macon County and get away with it.
We do have a question on Zoom from Cecil Joyce. Cecil, go ahead when you're ready.
Coach, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you, Cecil.
After, I think it was the first quarter of the halftime interview, you were talking about wanting to get the ball into the post more, but you were really lighting it up from three-point range. How'd you find that balance and kind of just going with the flow and letting the points come as they may?
One of my closest friends and someone you'll know, and most people in here will know, Jimmy Earl. And you got to enter the ball to the post in order for your outside game to come where it needs to be. And that's what we were trying to do with Nasia and with Ksenia. Get the ball in there, and then they had to give help. And in doing that, we had to make that extra pass and share the ball.
Jalen, Western was able to get out in transition a lot in that first quarter. I think they had 10 fast break points at the end of that frame. What adjustment did y'all make in order to stop that sort of part of their offense?
I think that was part of Matt's adjustment at starting the second quarter.
Definitely
He was
is.
pretty heated in there because we were not doing what we had went over today in our shoot-around. You were at a shoot-around, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, one of our keys on the board was to protect the basketball, and we was not doing a very good job of that. Me, in particular, I threw it away a couple times. And so once we settled in and started protecting the ball, then it stopped their transition, just like he had said it would. So
We've got another question from Cecil. Cecil,
Okay.
go ahead.
Jalen, all in the preseason, people talked about building off of that WNIT momentum from last year. Talk about doing that and going wire to wire in this conference, winning the regular season and conference title.
yeah, I think just last year kind of prepared us for moments like this because we were all kind of young. We had a few experienced players, but I think from last year we lost a couple of players, but we filled them in with people that have learned to fit into our system. And so we've all trusted the system, and we've just executed and everything else. So it's really, that just prepared us for now.
All right, thank you both.
I
very
think
much.
the answer, to put something to that, Cecil, we felt like after coming out of the Toledo win and then we got beat on the last second shot by Seton Hall, we knew we were a good basketball team. And we knew going into the summer that we were going to be a good basketball team. And then we acquired Savannah Wheeler. And then she just fit right into what we needed with Courtney Blakely. And we recruit to the system is what we do. And if you'll see these young ladies, and we got another one that's sitting on the bench, Tamia, is going to be unreal. And that's one of the things I asked her coming down the ladder. Are you ready to carry the load next year? And her response was absolutely. Tamia is a talented young lady that would have probably been MVP of this conference if she had been playing on any other team. Don't you think so?
For sure. Yeah.
All right, thank you both very much. Congratulations to you,
Thank y'all.
your team,
Thank y'all.
and best of luck in the NCAA tournament.
Thank you. Thank you very much.